training for semis. Caroline has Granite Games in 2 weekends, and I have Atlas virtually in 4. Just having a good time up here, getting some good training in. So we're on day 4 of week 5. So it was push jerk was a set of 3 at 65%, a set of 3 at 75%, and then a max set at 85%. It's nice to be in front of them because just hearing their verbal cues right off the bat just helps a lot more. So
I think you should widen your grip.
my hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
Hopefully I don't fail the first time doing that.
At least from here, it looks like you're grabbing the bar a little bit right here. So you're coming here.
Dipping forward.
Pulling you. All right. I think if you widen and just let it kind of be on your front rack a little bit more,
Okay.
you can sit into it a little bit better.
Okay.
You also accept the bar very well in your catch position, so you have to trust that position, even if you do have to go a little bit lower. Anytime someone moves their feet this way or this way, they're just trying to create more room when you can squat and overhead squat so much in these positions.
Okay.
So you just have to trust yourself to continue to catch in that position.
Okay. Already putting me in a better position. I'm taking the bar for a walk on my second set. So, but we went to 145, 165, 185. So we were off of 185 for that last 2 sets. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Sweet.
Felt pretty good. Alright, that's good. Whew. First round was a warm. Ow! Go, Paige.
There you go.
There we go.
Really only jump back in that last one.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I felt that too. That did feel better.
It's been a chaotic year for a lot of people, but I think actually she's handled it super well.
Feeling better?
I think she's just really hammering everything that she needs to hammer to the point where she's super set up for an event like this. She's mentally is in the right space. She feels really confident that she's able to hammer pieces and crush things. And I think that's exactly what she's going to need to, okay, whatever the event is, event 1, going after it, you know. So I think she truly is confident right now. I think she feels really good about all the things that she's been doing and about her chances. And, you know, I think that she knows that if she, you know, puts it all together and just gives, you know, what she has at this event, that she should be fine. And that's what we aim to set people up for, you know. It's like, hey, if you give everything that you got, we've set this goal, you are set up to meet that goal, and you may not, but there's only the one thing that you can control, it's you.
Yeah.
And so I think she feels that, and she's super confident. So I really like where she's at right now.
So now that we are getting some Granite Games workout announcements, they're doing every other day on the individual side. We got 3 workouts to work in, and I typically leave it up to the athlete whether they want to do the full version or not. I prefer as a coach to program more like interval versions, but there are some athletes that just, they got to know exactly what it feels like. And we try our best, but it's really hard not to like no judgment on yourself as an athlete. With even if you crush it, like that doesn't mean anything crazy versus if things don't go well. We're just information gathering. We want to see what these things look like. So for someone like Caroline who loves this movement combination and having her shoulders, you know, sort of blow up or not blow up, I'm going to ask her to take some chances in just some different spots just to see what happens, because competing a lot of times is about taking chances. So you guys are going to handstand walk this way. Not the finish line, like out the door. Yes.
On the second one.
Yes, on the second one. First one you do.
50-foot handstand walk,
40/30 calorie ski, 30 deficit handstand push-ups, 6 inches for guys, 4.5 for girls, 40/30 ski, 50-foot handstand walk. It's a Granite Games workout. I'm gonna push the first ski a little bit, like a bit, and see what happens. If I fall apart, I fall apart, but I don't usually fall apart.
You're gonna learn something.
I think I'll be all right. We'll see. I could fall apart on the last handstand walk, but if that happens, then I think that I did the right thing.
I can't even set it up.
No, but you keep the thumb up.
No, I'm not.
Oh no, I'm talking to Paige.
Nervous. Don't be nervous. Have fun.
Because what's happening is your hip is opening, and then because you push your head so far through that the line from your head through your body to your hip is like back this way. So I want to see if you stay comfortable keeping your head more kind of between your hands, like you do when you're doing strict handstand push-ups.
Yeah, I might get to be closer.
Right.
I think for Caroline, like she knows that these are wheelhouse movements, so it's just walking into the competition for that event, like just confident. Like you don't have to say anything, you don't have to say you're nervous, you don't have to say you're excited about it. You just go in and you just do the work exactly like you do here, and it'll show for itself. Like in practice, it might feel great, and you get there and something might go wrong, and how are you going to deal with that? Everybody here believes in Caroline, in us. Like, you know, it's just, you have to be able to do that for yourself. You need those competitions where you have that and have that breakthrough, but you also need those events within the competition where you have those breakthroughs. So like this could be one for Caroline that like she goes and smashes it, and that just like opens up the rest of her weekend to just being like, I'm gonna go fucking crush it, you know? So, and I think she can do that. I think I even said it last year going to Atlas Games, like I could tell she was in the right headspace, and then we got canceled last year, but I knew she had a hell of a shot then, and it's only gonna get better now. Like she's been training through COVID, keeping it silent, and just putting in the work. So again, just believing in herself, it's a big part of it.
You eating a rock?
It's frozen. Okay. I put everything in the freezer. Just don't get that. Just don't record me eating the apple, because they all think I'm a psychopath now.
Why?
It's the way that I was eating it yesterday.
How were you eating?
From the bottom up. Booty first. Austin taught me that.
I don't.
Wait, what was that?
I don't even want to touch that.
Oh, you didn't reset the monitor? You cheater!
It's a time machine. It's 2012 up in here.
You cheated again. It is.
To the line. Down it.
grandparents can't keep up anymore.
My pinky got caught in the crack, and there's no recovering with my shoulders.
I saw your finger.
Go down.
Yeah, I had box jump all the way overs earlier in the week. That was
Okay.
with the handstand walk and
All right,
thruster.
bag carry, 6 toes to bar, 2 squat cleans.
Okay.
50 feet sandbag carry, 9 toes to bar, 3 squat cleans.
Okay.
50 feet carry, 12, 4.
4. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how you're gonna climb your ladder.
Okay. I'm
right.
gonna write it down.
I bet
Cover
it
the
just
100-pound
slipped.
sandbag in saran wrap, cover it in butter, and then that would be my D-ball.
I don't actually know what the workout is. It's a bunch of
Put it away.
heavy hang squat cleans and a bunch of heavy sandbag carries.
50 feet and then 2, 100 feet then 3, 150 feet then 4. You climb the ladder 4 times for 4 minutes. Caroline has to stop 3 minutes in each round and do max double unders.
It's better than me.
Her score's just her double unders.
Sounds nice.
No, 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 no. No.
Block to her forehead there.
Simba.
Yeah.
Might as well. Take it
Where you
up.
gonna put it? Nice.
Whew. That was rough. Whew. That's hard. Good job.
How was that with the
I can't feel my forearms.
Is it good having Paige up to help
Yeah,
push?
it's
or-
actually really nice just because like changes the vibe a little bit. Like the last couple weekends have been like long. Like Caroline and I just like getting in here early, grinding, and then coming back for another session. Just like it's been good training, but like every week seems to get harder and harder to like get up and go.
Yeah.
So this was a good kind of change of pace, especially as our like last like real weekend of training. Next week is our last full week of training, and then we leave the following Wednesday. I think on a whole like macro scale, it's been going really well. Just a few days where I'm like a little bit slower to like get going in the morning, but yeah, the balance I found with like work and training and all that have been going really well. I finally found that balance, and it took probably over a year to like figure that out, but I'm pumped. I'm ready to compete. I want to qualify. You know, I've been trying to do this since I think 2013 or 2014 was my first open, and I've like since I started CrossFit I wanted to go to the games. That's why I did it. After regionals 2017, things really went kind of downhill for me. Like got injured at regionals 2018, and then with the whole shift in like the sport, I never found that groove again and that like love for the sport. So I feel like I finally have that back. So I'm really hoping this is the year. I feel good. I feel fit. So just gotta like throw down and do my best at Granite Games. We'll see.
a good day.
Sure.
It was.
Thank you.
I told you, and you just went late in it.
I just threw up.
Good job.
All right, Brady, it's not cool to throw up more than once a week. It's nice to have a lot of people around. Usually it's just Austin and I on the weekends. We take turns.
Kurt's crying.
We take turns. It just makes it gives us more of that competitive vibe, but it's like with Paige, it's so easy to train and be competitive, but not feel, I wouldn't say like awkward, but not feel super intimidated because we're not competing against each other right now. So we kind of go back and forth, and we both, I think, feel the same way about like wanting each other to succeed as much as we want ourselves to. So
You think she's ready for Alice?
do I think Alice is ready for her?
Ooh.
Probably not. She's a phenomenal athlete, and I think it makes it a lot better this year that we're at different competitions because we're not like really comparing. I'm not comparing myself to her as much with this situation, but being able to keep up with her is like it gives me a little bit more confidence going into my competition, and probably vice versa for her. Like there's usually a good balance in my strengths, her strengths over the course of the weekend, so you can kind of get a good gauge. And it gives me more confidence to push harder on certain things. Like I've seen Paige compete at like the Mid-Atlantic 2 years ago, and I always go back to like in my head watching that freaking heavy sandbag thing, and like for me I was like, if I was there I would have been fucked. So feeling that way and trying to almost like visualize myself competing next to her in certain things like that makes it a little bit easier to have confidence in pushing with certain types of things.
Do you think it'll be helpful for you when you guys are both in Madison?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've competed, and I think it's going to be very different now. Like the only competition you and I have done together was Brazil, right? Mm-hmm. Individually, and at that point, I think I know I wasn't there mentally. Like I wanted to be so badly, but I don't like being there and thinking back, like seeing myself and how I felt and watching her and Kenzie. We were just two different levels of athletes at that point. But having her there made it easier over the weekend. So I think being in Madison together will be like ideal.
It's different in Madison too. Like, yeah, you're competing, but like you're all like you're getting thrown things that like you're not expecting. So like you're in it together in a sense. As much as you want to beat somebody, like you walk off the floor and like you're high-fiving and you're, like proud of each other for the effort you put in.
Right.
So same thing with Kenzie and with China. Like we're surviving that marathon row, together in a sense, like exactly. That's the cool thing about Misfit and just having that bond.
Big part of like being present and just like truly enjoying the experience. Mm-hmm. You can't do that if like the whole time you're in your head and stressing about it. And
I was saying it to Ted before, but like you need those breakthrough moments too. Like 2018 when I qualified, like that was my breakthrough moment, and like my confidence only boosted after that. Right. But like you'll have that within competitions too. So like you'll have events to like look back on and be like, okay, I placed first or I placed top 3 in that event. That was a breakthrough for me to just go on to the next event that like maybe I'd question myself and doubt myself, but like you get this extra bit of confidence that will push you to just go that much harder, even in an event that you feel like is a weakness.
Right.
Like that event that we tested today, like that silent, like that hyper focus, like go in and know you're gonna crush it and just let your work show, and then like that's a breakthrough. I'm so glad that it's not this weekend, but I'm also very glad that it's not later. Too far. Yeah. And then I'll travel to Pennsylvania, Scranton. Yeah, good old Scranton. Do the Atlas Games workout with Paige. Also, we talked about it, but if Austin wants to come down too, if he could get the weekend off, you guys are both more than welcome. Totally. We'll see if we can.
No Austin's allowed.
You come hang out.
Yeah, I need a break.
Do you?
No. Nah.